All right. So this is going to be part two to what if Asta was the Shadow Dragon Slayer? So let's get into it.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. Won't you let the light shine
So where I last left off, Asta joined the Black Bulls. So let's continue. So, it's the next day and Asta is still getting a tour around the entire headquarters or guild hall, I guess. Forgot what it's called. But I'm pretty sure it's like a guild hall. It's something similar. But anyway, so he's still getting a tour. Eventually he comes across someone and Magna would introduce her as, Noelle. Asta would um would say like, "Hello, my name is Asta and it's very nice to meet you." And Noelle, being all how she is, she's like, "I don't know who you're talking to, but I'm part of royalty or whatever." uh, but she says like, "I don't talk to like insects like you." And Asta doesn't really like that, and he asks, "What do you mean by insects?" And Noelle would say, "Of course you don't, because that's what you are. You're someone who I bleh, sorry," but she doesn't say that, but she says that she's like from a royal family and all that. And Asta would be like, "Oh, well, that's nice. You must have a nice home." And Noel would say, "Yes, I do. But right now I'm stuck here with the Black Bulls and I hate it here." And also would say like, "Oh, I'm sure it's not that bad." Noel would say like, "Trust me, it's really bad." Magno would step in and he would try to like calm her down, saying like, "Whoa, like you don't say stuff like that in front of a Black Bulls member." And she would like put her hand out and she would say like, "Get out of my way before I hurt you." And she would start using her water magic. But like in canon, it completely misses Asta and goes for Magna. And Noel wouldn't say anything and just walk off. Asta would be intrigued and he would say like, was she aiming for me or for Magna? Maybe she just can't control her magic that well. So a little later, Asta is exploring the back, like in like the outside of the Black Bulls part. And he's just looking around. Eventually he would spot, he would notice something flying towards him, which was water, like a big, just giant, a big attack of water. And he would dodge it, and he would be on guard, just trying to wonder where that came from. And he starts looking around. Eventually he would come across Noelle in the forest training, and he like ducks down behind like a bush, and he just starts watching Noelle as she like tries to hit the target on a tree but just misses completely. And Asta would say, so I was right. She can't control her magic. And eventually he would get up and he would try to help her, but as he does that, water would just come towards him and hit him. Noelle would see this and she would say, like, what are you doing here? Like, are you spying on me or something? And Asta would say, no, no, I was just wandering around here and I saw you. Sorry, but yeah. Noelle would say, like, yeah, like, no, not Noelle, but Asta would say, like, I see that you can't control your magic that well. Noelle would say, like, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. And, she puts out her hand and shoots a water magic out without even looking, but it completely misses the target. It just lands somewhere else, making like a little small crater in the ground. Asta would say, like, if you want, I can teach you how to, like, control your magic. And Noelle would say, like, no, I don't need any help from someone like you. Asta would say, like, oh, all right. He's about to walk off, but then, like, Noelle would start kind of losing control over her magic, and she would create like a giant bubble of water, and she would like lose control over it and be sucked inside. And like the force of this water, like this water bubble, would send Asta flying back. And this would actually cause like a little bit, I guess, like a shockwave. So everyone in like the Black Bulls would hear this, and Yami would be outside wondering, like, what the hell was that? And then he would see Asta flying towards him. Then Asta would land in front of him. And Asta would say, like, Captain Yami. And he would say, like, what's going on, Asta? Asta would say, like, Noelle was lost control over her magic, it seems. And they would see, like, this big water dome. Yeah. And Yami would say, like, well, isn't that something? Well, I'm kind of too lazy to deal with this, so you deal with it. And he picks up Asta and just throws him towards the bubble. And, Asta doesn't really know what to do, so he just pulls out his sword and he enhances it with Shadow Dragon Slaying magic. And, he says, Shadow Dragon Slash. And, he cuts straight through the bubble, and it just makes like a big explosion. It's just a big burst of water. Noelle is falling down, but Asta would catch her. And Asta would say, are you okay? Noelle would say, like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, get your hands off me, though. Asta would put her down. He would say, sorry. And Noelle would say, like, I forgive you, just this once. And Yami would say, like, you handled that a lot better than I thought. And Asta would say, like, yeah, thank you, Yami. So Yami would say, well, it's time to eat. Come on, head on inside. They would say, like, all right. So everyone starts eating. Asta's just like eating normally. He doesn't like start eating, I guess, like an animal, like how he does in the anime and the manga. So, he starts eating normally. Then he asks Magno what they do exactly. And Magna would say like, "Are you seriously asking me that question?" Asta would say, "Yes, yes, I am. I'm just curious." Magna just says that we just go on adventures and do commissions, stuff like that. Asta would say, "Oh, that's cool. Wonder when I'll have my first mission." Or Magna would say, maybe this probably won't be your a first mission, but I need you to help me with something. And Hosta would say, "What is it?" Magna would say, like, "I'll tell you after we're done eating." And Asta would say, "All right." So, they finish eating. Then Magna would pull Asta and Noel to the side. And he would say, like, "We're going to this small village." And I can't remember the name, but we're going to this village to go boar hunting. Asta would say, like, I know, like, I don't think you need help for boar hunting. I'm pretty sure you can handle it yourself. And, Magna would say, like, "Come on, I need an extra hand." And, Asta would say, "Yeah, alright, I'll go." Then Noel would say that, "Well, I guess I'll go, so I'll protect you guys in case you do something stupid." So everyone would go, and when they arrive, it's something that they don't expect. They see the village, and it's in ruins. Like craters are like formed next to it, and there was like a carved, like the village was like carved into like a circle. You know, I just can't explain it, but it's the same as the anime, like where it's like all in ruins and stuff, and they're all confused. Then, they would get off, or they would like start exploring the village, but then icicles would start falling from the sky. Asta would be dodging them, and then he would pull out his sword and just start like slicing them in half. And Noel and Magna would just be dodging. Then they would see like the people living in the village all like huddled up like a group, like I guess like yeah, just like in a group, and these people would be there, and I forgot what their names are, but I think the main the main guy had ice magic and mist something. It had to do with mist. I'm sorry, but that's really all I can remember. I'll have to look in deeper, but yeah. So, Asta would say like, "What's going on here?" And the guy would say like, "Well, we're bleh." I forgot what his motives were, but he would just say that they're here to like take over this village and like kill all these people. And Asta would say like, "I can't allow you to do that." And the guy would say like, "Oh, really? Like, what are 3 members of the Black Bulls gonna do? You guys are the lowest in the ranks of all the Magic Knight groups." And Asta would say like, "Yes, we may be low in rank, but we're strong enough to defeat you guys." And the guy would say, "Fine, we'll have it your way." And a bunch of like his men would start charging towards Asta, Noel, and Magna. They'll be using their magic. Asta would have no problem taking care of them. He would just like to pull out his sword, and he would say, "Shadow Dragon Slash," like, and like just cut through every single one of the men, and Magna and Noel would be dealing with the rest. Then like the guy would say like ice creation magic, and icicle icicle storm. And, icicles would appear from the sky and just be dropping down towards Asta. Would be dodging them, slicing them in half. Then, the guy would start using his mist magic as well to like make like smoke or like yeah like a smoke screen, so it'd be harder for Asta to locate him. But Asta has enhanced sense of smells. His senses are really enhanced, like like the dragon slayers are. So he, even though he can't really see where the guy is, he can smell him, and he senses that he's getting closer. So he gets in already in a like a stance. Then he would be charging up a shadow dragon roar, and as the guy would be close enough, he would yell out shadow dragon roar, and he would release it, hitting the guy in the chest. This would send the guy back, and he would say like, you have skill, but it's not enough. And every like him and like all the other guys would start like charging up like their magic, like kind of like combining their magic into like one big attack. And Asta, Magna and Noel, like they really don't know what to do, because like they don't know how strong this attack will be, but you know they they're not underestimating them, so they know that it's gonna be a really strong attack. And Asta would tell Noel to like protect the civilians, or yeah, like the people, and Noel would create like a barrier of water and trying to like to protect them. And Magna would say like, what should I do? And Asta would say like, try to distract them with your fire magic. Start hitting like fireballs towards them. I'll do like the finishing blow. And Magna would say like, all right. So he'd start using his fire magic and start hitting fireballs towards them, or like throwing them as well. This is not really. This is just meant to distract them. So they're saying like, how cute and how pathetic their attacks are. And like this, it won't be enough to stop them. And Asta starts it. He uses a sword and he just coats it with a lot of shadow magic. It's like glowing black and just all black. His sword is like glowing with aura. And Asta's just preparing for this attack. So yeah, then the attack would be released in like this one beam of light. Asta just like tries his best to just like cut through it, and Asta does, but he gets injured like pretty badly, but he can still move. Asta would get on one knee, and since he's like really tired because of that one attack, or he wasn't tired, he just got injured, so he had to take a little breather. And the guy would say, impressive, no one has been able to survive that attack. And he would use his ice magic to make ice spikes to pierce through Asta. It pierces through his arms, it pierces through his stomach and his legs. Asta is like really hurt, and he can't really do anything. He's basically like laying on the ground. He's trying to get up, but the guy would just step on his face or step on his head, and he would say like yes, or he would say like, you were a strong one, in fact, indeed, but you aren't strong enough. And Magna would like yell out like no, and he would start doing like a rapid fire attack with all like fire and stuff. And the guy would be pushed back, and Noel would rush towards Asta, and Noel would say like, "Are you alright?" Asta would say like I don't. He tries to get up, and Noel tells him to not do that, but he doesn't listen and gets up. He uses his sword as like his katana as like a crutch so he can walk easier. And he he's in a lot of pain, but he stands up, and he walks towards like the people, or like the guy. And he says that yes or no. He just gives ugh, what should he say? Yeah, sorry, I just like blanked out. But in canon, he gave us like a speech about how he has no mana and stuff. That's what he said, something like that. But here, I don't know what he should say. He would start saying that he'll, even if he's like injured, he'll just push through and defeat all of them at once, like on his own if he has to. And yeah, sorry. And the guy would say like, "Huh, I admire your courage, but I don't know if you're just stubborn or nah." I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry, but the guy would say like, "I don't know if you're courageous or just stupid," and then he would shoot an attack towards Asta, and then Noelle would shoot one of her, like, you'd use her magic or to block or to counteract the attack. Asta would say like, he would turn around to see Noelle, using her magic, and he would say like, "Noelle, like, you finally hit the target," and Noelle would say like, "Yes, I did." And she would use I think it's just called the water serpent. Yeah, like water creation magic, water serpent, or yeah. So she would use that attack at them, and Asta and Magna, they would use their strongest attacks, and Asta would yell out, "Shadow Dragon Roar," and Magna would just create like a giant fireball and just hit it towards like the people, and they would they would all be hit by these attacks, and they would all be defeated. Then everyone in like who was in the village would start like cheering for the Black Bulls and all that. They would tell them like they're their heroes, everything like that. So what else? So eventually, everyone else, like I would say, like a few Black Bull members would arrive as well, because they were getting worried because it was been like a while since, and they haven't returned. So like I would say, yeah, Finro and what's the other guy's name? Luck. Yeah, there we go. Luck would arrive, to see what was going on. And, they see Asta, Noel, and Finro, pretty tired. Asta looks they look at Asta, and, he's really injured. So they like teleport, or like they portal their way back to the guild. They're, ugh. uh, yeah, you know what? For now, I'm just gonna call it the guild, so I don't keep on trying to think of something else to call it. But yeah, no, it's not a guild. You know, I'm really sorry, but you know, I don't know what's. Eh, whatever. I'll just go with guild. Someone can please comment in the. Please tell me in the comments like what it's actually called. Yeah, but yeah. So they returned back to their headquarters. You know, Asta would get treated with yeah, his wounds would be treated. Sorry about that random cut, guys. Anyways, so Asta would get healed. He would, yeah, it would take like a few days for him to like fully recover. Because he needed rest and all that. So after like those few days have passed, he would be like all better, and Yami would pay him for what he did, and Noel would have gotten paid already. They were Magna and I think Vanessa. Yeah, yeah, that's her name, Vanessa. Wanted to take Noel and Asta to the I guess like the plaza. Yeah, the plaza. Just like the city, so they can just look around and like buy stuff. Asta hasn't been there, so he accepts. So does Noel. Did Magna join them? I don't really remember, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. No, I'm gonna just bring him along. Yeah. So all four of them would arrive, and Asta would say like this place is pretty big. Vanessa would ask like, you haven't been here before, and Asta would say no. I grew up homeless, so I lived in the forest, so I'd never been any kind of any major places in my life. And Vanessa would say like, "Oh, I'm sorry for that. Like, I'm sorry for you, but this is your first time, and you have like a bag of more, or not more. What's it called? Just money. So, I don't remember what the currency is called, but I'm just gonna call it money. So, you know, Vanessa would tell Asta and Noel to like be like just to like go have fun, but not spend like their money recklessly or just yeah. So Asta would have a look around. He would enter like he would enter like in different like weapon shops in there, and he would also like stop by like a few blacksmiths, and he would ask them if they had like certain katanas, or like if he can like order one. And you know they would say that they could, and they had like a little book to like, and they have like like they have pictures and stuff, or yeah, they have just drawings of what the katana looks like. And also hasn't really like like really, he doesn't really like the design, so he backs down and he just continues from place to place. And he's just wandering around. Eventually he would get to like the corner of like the city, and he would like walk past like the golden dawns, and he would eye but he doesn't know who he doesn't know that is and yeah. So they would walk past each other, but they and also would give each other looks, and then they would continue on their way. In his mind would say, there he is. Like, could he possibly be Asta from, like, Asta? And, the other Golden Dawn members would say, like, are you alright, And, would say, yeah, I'm fine. So they continue walking. Eventually, Asta would like sit down. He would buy like a little snack and just start eating it. And he would just have a look around. He would see like an old woman, like walking around with a purse. Then he would see like a thug, like steal the purse. Though the old lady would say like, "Help me!" Like that man stole my purse. Asta finishes his snack and just rushes towards the old woman. He would say like, "Ma'am, what happened to him?" He she would say like, the guy that just ran off took my purse. And Asta would say like, "All right, ma'am, like wait here," and he just starts running. He's running like as fast as he can, and he catches up to the guy really quickly, and the guy would be surprised and he'd say like, "How did you get here?" I know Asta would say like, "It doesn't matter. I'm here to take that purse back." And the man would say like, have like good luck trying, and he would start using his magic on Asta. Asta would be like would be dodging them, but also like using his magic to like make to counteract them, so his magic doesn't like start destroying buildings and stuff. So he'll be counteracting his magic with like the guy's magic with his own magic, and eventually he will just get in front of him and punch him in the face, knocking the guy out. And Asta would retrieve the purse towards to the old woman, and Asta would return with the purse. The old woman would thank him. Asta would say, "Yeah, it's no problem." Then Vanessa, Noel, Magna would show up, and they would say like, "There you are, Asta. Like we were looking everywhere for you." Asta would say like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw this old woman and she needed help." And they would say like, "Oh, that's very kind of you." And Vanessa would say, "Well, it's time to head back. Like, did you buy anything?" Asta would say, "I only bought something to eat, nothing else." She would say like, "Huh, well, at least you bought something. Like, come on, let's head back." Asta would say, "All right." And as the Black Bulls leave, the old woman would transform into the Wizard King, and he would say like, "Huh, so that's Asta. I see potential in him. He's a good kid." And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. I hope you guys liked this part. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.